Good morning. I'd like to ask you all to take your seats as we are about to begin our ceremony. Good morning and welcome to the 134th Commencement for Goldey-Beacom College. I'm Larry Eby, Executive Director of Institutional Advancement, and I'm pleased to present the participants in today's ceremony. Out of respect to our graduates and their guests, we request that you silence all cell phones and other electronic devices at this time. Again, we request that you turn off all such devices that may interfere with our guests' enjoyment of today's ceremony. Ladies and gentlemen, the procession. Charles Hammond, Vice President for Student Affairs and Athletics. Dr. Joel Warden, Associate Provost and English Professor. Allison Board White, Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs. Christine Sanamoro, Executive Vice President. Joan Panic, Trustee.
You may be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, trustees, members of the faculty, staff, and administration, graduates, families, and friends, welcome to the annual commencement ceremony at Goldey-Beacom College. Harry Stewart Goldey started our predecessor institution, the Wilmington Commercial College, 135 years ago in 1886. This makes this particular commencement our 134th annual commencement, though I don't think Mr. Goldey did anything quite this elaborate for his early graduates. We are especially delighted this year because we are finally celebrating the class of 2021 and 2020 over these 2 days in 6 different ceremonies. I think we got to clap for that. These 2 graduating classes completed their academic requirements under less than ideal circumstances, yet they completed those requirements and earned their degrees, which speaks to your tenacity and determination, which are 2 commendable traits to have. Graduates, we know you've been looking forward to this day for a few years. We salute you for your accomplishments and congratulate you on reaching this significant milestone in your academic career. Your achievement that we celebrate today validates your hard work and your diligence, the dreams and the sacrifices of your family and loved ones, and the college's confidence in your knowledge and abilities. Be proud of the work you have completed, the goals you have reached, and the honors you have earned. We know, and I hope that you know too, that this commencement is just the start of more great things for you. These commencement ceremonies also mark our first graduates in 2 programs. We are very pleased to have 6 graduates in our Master of Arts in Counseling Psychology program and 3 graduates in our Doctor of Business Administration program. These 3 doctoral students, graduates, Sarah Smith, Diane Jones, and Kevin McAllister, have not only successfully completed their dissertations, their coursework, and passed their qualifying exams that represent original research in 3 fields. Dr. Smith's dissertation is entitled Effective Mentoring Programs in Public Accounting, a qualitative study identifying the impact of mentoring programs on turnover rates of women in the public accounting profession. Reverend Dr. Jones wrote on Perceptions of Digital Religion Across Digital Nativity, Gender, and Race in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And Dr. McAllister studied Factors Affecting Performing Arts Attendance for African Americans in Delaware. 3 very different topics based on their unique experiences and interests that will serve to advance knowledge in their respective areas. Congratulations to our first doctoral graduates today, and thank you to the faculty who guided them to this day. I am especially pleased to welcome Mr. Chris Burkhardt today as our commencement speaker, and I'll share more about Mr. Burkhardt in a moment. One housekeeping detail. We have with us today professional photographers from Grad Images who will photograph the graduates as they are presented with their diploma. Grad Images will be in contact with our graduates with information on how to get those professional pictures. I now ask you to stand with me if you are able, face the flag, and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You may now be seated. I am now delighted to introduce to you our commencement speaker, Mr. Chris Burkhardt. Mr. Burkhardt is the president and founder of Placers, one of the fastest-growing staffing companies in Delaware, providing workforce solutions that enable organizations to advance their operations with next-level talent. Mr. Burkhardt followed in the steps of his father in founding Placers and has grown the company to its inclusion on the Inc. 5000 list of fastest-growing private companies. In recognition of his impact and achievements, Mr. Burkhardt was selected as Delaware's Small Business Person of the Year for 2020 by the U.S. Small Business Administration. Mr. Burkhardt is a 4th-generation entrepreneur who approaches his work in a servant leader mode. I met him shortly after I arrived at Goldey-Beacom in the summer of 2019. Placers and GBC have had a long relationship for the benefit of our students. After meeting him, I started following his blog posts and his interviews on WDEL. I came to understand that Mr. Burkhardt is not just a successful business person. He is someone who cares deeply about the human condition. He cares deeply about his family, his employees, and the many clients who come through his doors at Placers. He leads his company with a servant's heart. I was impressed that he believes in himself not out of any misplaced confidence, but because he knows himself well. He is settled in who he is. He engages in the pursuit of answers to questions he encounters, and that settledness results in confidence that allows him to stay the course as he pursues his mission in life. He has a clarity about his values, and I'm pretty sure those values will come clear to you as you hear his words. Mr. Burkhardt and his wife, Kim, are parents to Josh and Hallie, and 2 Australian shepherds, Gracie and Ziggy. He resides in Lewis, Delaware, and we are pleased to welcome him here today via video. If you'll please direct your attention to one of the many screens.
Thank you, President Keith, for your warm welcome. I'm so happy to be here today. I was honored when asked to be the commencement speaker for not just 1, but 2 graduating classes. Like many commencement speakers, my first thought was, what would I say? What could an old dude like me say to all of you that might be meaningful? It's my hope that I can add value to your lives by sharing some lessons I learned outside of the classroom. Before I proceed, I'd like to extend a heartfelt congratulations to you, the graduating classes of Goldey-Beacom College 2020 and 2021. Each of you has persevered to earn your degree during a global pandemic. Few graduating classes can say that. It's impressive to finish school, manage a career, and raise a family pre-COVID. COVID simply raised your level of difficulty, and hopefully it sweetened the accomplishment. This past year has been a great reset for many of us. We've had to rethink what matters most. And I know now we look back on how much of daily life we simply took for granted. Which makes me think that each of you has been presented with a unique opportunity. Unlike previous classes, you know that nothing is guaranteed. And that perspective of appreciation, respect, and gratitude can go a long way in a world that needs kindness and empathy now more than ever. I'm sure most of you would agree that graduating wouldn't have been possible without your support network. Be sure to thank those who supported you along the way, your family, your friends, and the faculty of Goldey-Beacom. Let me share a bit about why I'm here with you all today. I'm a Delawarean and a fourth-generation entrepreneur. I'm an expert in what I would call the workforce and workplace realities. This is all things jobs and careers, hiring and trends, and my family has a long history of being a coach to the workforce and being a consultant to our customers who need help finding and figuring out all of you talented employees. Placers has helped many Goldey-Beacom students with their next career move over the last 50 years. I once taught a human resources class at Goldey-Beacom, and I had a rule. If you're late, you sing. Not just any old song, but I'm a little teapot. I'm a little teapot, short and stout, that one. I'm sure many students thought I was crazy, maybe just as you do now. But by the end of the semester, I'm a little teapot was done Shakespeare in a dramatic style. It was turned into a rap song. It was even turned into a pop tune. There's lesson number one, be on time or you might have to sing. All jokes aside, my journey with Goldey-Beacom started over 15 years ago with my friend Pat Bueller. She asked me to share my business ideas and leadership story in Goldey-Beacom's classrooms and in entrepreneurial clubs. I would tell the truth, share insights, and much to my surprise, I kept being invited back again and again. Now, years later, I'd like to thank Dr. Bueller for her inspiration and support to so many in the Goldey community. She got me and many others in Delaware excited about what she was doing in her classroom, and in return, real business leaders and stories were shared with all of you. Best wishes to you, Pat, in your retirement. So what would your life be like if you had no limits? Imagine what you could achieve. And how ahead in life would you be? Imagine if you could close the gap between where you are. I would understand if you have doubts about this concept, but I can assure you it's why I'm here giving this talk. We are all knowledge workers in a knowledge economy, and this is much more than me being an entrepreneur who started a business from nothing, proclaiming that you can do anything you put your mind to. This is knowing that most of our reasons for not doing things are in our heads, and those reasons are reinforced by life and the ones that love and protect us. We grow up thinking and understanding that there's a governor in our life. Those who love us and those who teach us do so by protecting us, and they keep us from failing or falling down. This happens so much by the time you get to where you are in your life, there are nothing but limitations. The system teaches us not to take risks because there is security and comfort in the status quo. Yet taking risks, asking for the job, going for the promotion, doing things against the grain, getting uncomfortable, that's where the reward comes from. I'm not saying that those around us have failed you. They have loved and protected you for all the right reasons. We move within each expected step of life, achieve each advancement from grade to grade. We go from university to jobs and jobs to promotions without ever knowing who we are. It's critical to know who you are and what you stand for and what you want, as life is going to come at you fast and furious. And knowing who you are will make it much easier to deflect or fend off what isn't for you. And when you know yourself, it's abundantly clear when a situation fits you too. When we're young, we're cheered on by the world. Every smile, step, word, or drawing. As we age, we start to hear the word no. No, you can't do this, or no, you can't do that. Our family, school, or employer think we should follow a particular path. Be sure the path you follow is the one you want. Don't let the world decide it for you. You might find yourself being the one saying no. You might want to go for the big job, but you tell yourself that you would never get it. Or you'd like to start your own business, but you tell yourself no because you don't have the necessary capital. Don't create barriers and limitations because it's safe. Take risks. You might fail, but you might also succeed, and it's better to risk and fail than never have tried. I know the last thing you want to hear on your graduation day is that you have one more assignment. But the one I'm about to give you should come naturally. It's a 3-part study of you. So how do you get started with the study of you? First, I would ask that you focus on simply learning about yourself. Daily life will present many opportunities and obstacles that will challenge you. Put in the time to get clear on who you are and what you want and need in life. This is hard stuff, especially when we are programmed to overschedule ourselves just to simply survive all of our life to-dos. We don't block our calendars to work on ourselves, even though spending time on yourself is an important investment. And few of us know how to do it. We just keep running, trying to keep up with life. So where can you begin? Block time. Ask yourself who you are. What do you stand for? What do you believe in? What are your values? Don't answer these questions based on what others think of you. What matters to you? I challenge you to spend an hour or a day on you. The next stop on the study of you is defining what success means to you. You've earned the degree, so what's next? At face value, the definition of success can feel pretty narrow. Growing up, many of us are told to be successful, we need to go to college, land a well-paying job, work up that ladder of success. You need raises, you need retirement, and then you retire with a big nest egg. If you notice, we're always chasing the next phase of life. We'll be happy when we get to the next level. I've spent most of my life planning and working to achieve my next goal, and then the next one, and so on. For a very long time, I believed the more I got done, the more I achieved, the more successful I was. Don't get me wrong, working hard helped me become good at what I do. I gained the gift of knowledge and expertise. I think I grew into a pretty good leader, and years of burning the midnight oil shaped me into the person I am today. Yet this approach came at a sacrifice of just about everything else in my life: family, friends, health, and hobbies. This part certainly did not make me happy. Ask yourself if success is simply a measure of how much you've accomplished in any given day, week, or month. Or is success a measure of how much money you make? Or is success chasing each job, promotion, or bonus? Defining success is incredibly personal. Just make sure that if your definition of success is the next rung up on the ladder, that you know what you will sacrifice along the way. This brings me to your next lesson in the study of you. Continue to learn and grow. Knowledge is powerful and it leads to results, and it builds confidence and self-esteem. Today's world needs knowledge workers. The pace of business is too fast for bosses to make all the decisions. The more you know, the more comfortable you will be making the decisions you'll need to make in life and in business. So if you remember only one thing, 1 year, 5 years, or 20 years from today, I want it to be this. Your life is going to be busy, and time will go by in a flash. Jobs, families, friends, birthday parties, and anniversaries will all rush on past. I'm asking you to think differently about yourself. Work on yourself. Know who you are. Know what you stand for, and most importantly, understand what makes you happy. And be clear on how you define success. And every now and again, ponder the question, what would my life be like if I had no limits? It's all in your head. Again, congratulations to the graduating classes of Goldey-Beacom College 2020 and 2021.
That kind of advice may not seem important all the time, but you're going to remember that from time to time when life comes at you pretty fast. So thank you, Mr. Burkhardt. And we are now going to proceed with conferring degrees.
It is now time for the conferring of degrees and the presentation of diplomas recognizing the degrees you have earned at Goldey-Beacom College. The Board of Trustees, representing the official authority of the college, dating back to 1886, has authorized the President to confer degrees upon those candidates who have completed all requirements for each respective degree. Our Provost and Vice President of Academic Affairs, Allison Board-White, will call your degree, and as she does so, please stand as a group for the conferral of your degree, and then be seated. Provost and Vice President Mrs. Allison White will provide you with direction. After all degrees have been conferred, we will then proceed with the awarding of your diplomas individually. Provost White, please present the candidates for graduation.
The faculty of the college has certified that the students graduating today have successfully completed all degree requirements for the respective degrees. These graduates, whose names appear in the commencement program but are not here today, will receive their degrees in absentia. Will the candidates for the associate degree please stand? Madam President, these candidates have met all requirements for the associate degree.
I hereby confer upon you the associate degree with all appropriate honors, rights, privileges, and responsibilities. Congratulations.
You may be seated. Will the candidates for the baccalaureate degree please stand? Don't be shy. Madam President, these candidates have met all requirements for the baccalaureate degree.
I hereby confer upon you the baccalaureate degree with all appropriate honors, rights, privileges, and responsibilities. Congratulations.
You may be seated. Will the candidates for the Master of Business Administration degree please stand? We get you all? Okay. Madam President, these candidates have met the requirements for the Master of Business Administration program.
I hereby confer upon you the Master of Business Administration degree with all appropriate honors, rights, privileges, and responsibilities. Congratulations.
You may be seated. Will the candidates for the Master of Arts in Counseling Psychology degree please stand? Madam President, these candidates have met all requirements for the Master of Arts in Counseling Psychology.
I hereby confer upon you the Master of Arts in Counseling Psychology degree with all appropriate honors, rights, privileges, and responsibilities. Congratulations.
You may be seated. Will the candidates for the Master of Management degree please stand? Madam President, these candidates have met all requirements for the Master of Management degree.
I hereby confer upon you the Master of Management degree with all appropriate honors, rights, privileges, and responsibilities. Congratulations.
You may be seated. Will the candidates for the Master of Science in Finance degree please stand? Madam President, these candidates have met all requirements for the Master of Science in Finance.
I hereby confer upon you the Master of Science in Finance degree with all appropriate honors, rights, privileges, and responsibilities. Congratulations.
You may be seated. Will the candidates for the Master of Science in Taxation degree please stand? Madam President, these candidates have met all requirements for the Master of Science in Taxation.
I hereby confer upon you the Master of Science in Taxation degree with all appropriate honors, rights, privileges, and responsibilities. Congratulations.
You may be seated.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you would please join all of us and stand and give these graduates a well-deserved round of applause. Thank you. Please be seated. We will now proceed with the awarding of the diplomas. Graduates, you will now proceed in the traditional walk across the stage. At the end of your walk, President Keith will hand you your diploma. She will be assisted by Provost and Vice President of Academic Affairs, Allison Board-White. Brianna Jeanette Hale, Master of Science in Finance. Yeah. Sarah Marie Deem, Master of Management. Jill Catherine Slater, Master of Arts, Counseling Psychology. Shelby Hannah McCall, Master of Arts, Counseling Psychology. Ellen Coakley Hitchens, Master of Management. Brent Alexander Wedman, Master of Arts, Counseling Psychology. Achafala M. Tucker, Master of Arts, Counseling Psychology. Genevieve Adriana Arango, Master of Management. Wendy Murphy Swift, Master of Arts, Counseling Psychology. Erica Ng Lim, Master of Science in Finance. Bobby Lee Wright, Master of Business Administration, concentration in Entrepreneurial Studies. Yunhao Lei, Master of Science in Finance. Kofa Garwo Freeman, Master of Business Administration, concentration in Entrepreneurial Studies and International Business Management. Natalie Ann Mickles, Master of Arts, Counseling Psychology. Eric R. Gross, Master of Science in Finance and Master of Business Administration, concentration in Taxation. Kevin Brian Banning, Master of Management. Karen Barroso, Master of Science, Finance. Saikishan Dewan, Master of Business Administration, Concentration in Entrepreneurial Studies. Giselle Isabel Lewis Luna, Bachelor of Arts, Psychology. Tiffany Marie Brainer, Bachelor of Arts, Psychology. Justin Anthony Breidenbach, Bachelor of Arts, Criminal Justice. Alana Rachel Speaks, Bachelor of Arts, Criminal Justice. Jerry Dunham Colazzo, Bachelor of Arts, Psychology. Kevin Joseph Roll, Bachelor of Arts, Psychology. Blessing Adama Ilugbenu, Bachelor of Arts, Psychology. Emma Lee Harbaugh, Bachelor of Arts, Psychology. Allie Rachel Reynolds, Bachelor of Arts, Criminal Justice. Justin Garrett DeRozier, Bachelor of Arts, Criminal Justice. Erin Cheyenne Pugh, Bachelor of Arts, Criminal Justice. Caitlin Taylor Mounts, Bachelor of Arts, Psychology. Ashley Maria Matthews, Bachelor of Arts, Psychology. Jake James Heskett, Bachelor of Arts, Criminal Justice. Trenton Hearn, Bachelor of Arts, Psychology. Kiera Renee Young, Bachelor of Arts, Psychology. Sandra Osiris Cabrera Ayala, Bachelor of Arts, Psychology. Cara Mahala Jones, Bachelor of Arts, Criminal Justice. Taylor Noel Barris, Bachelor of Arts, Psychology. Darren Joseph Kellum, Bachelor of Arts, English with a concentration in Communication and Media. Catherine Irene Brooks, Bachelor of Arts, Criminal Justice. Magali Menchacha Nolasco, Bachelor of Arts, Psychology. Joe Jean Mulba, Associate of Science, Business Administration. Jacob Leo Somerville, Bachelor of Arts, English with a concentration in Legal Studies. Amir Akim Bangura, Bachelor of Arts, English with a concentration in Literary Studies. Jessica Lusk, Bachelor of Arts, Psychology. Zayana Antoinette Hudson, Bachelor of Arts, Criminal Justice. Kiara B. Kilgo, Bachelor of Arts, Criminal Justice. Alexis Gabrielle Bloomfield, Bachelor of Arts, Criminal Justice. Allison Marie Clay, Bachelor of Arts, Criminal Justice. Siani Lachey Hamilton, Bachelor of Arts, Criminal Justice. Daniel Shamar Brown Gordon, Associate of Science, Business Administration. Jasmine Muddle Davis, Bachelor of Arts, Psychology. Thank you. Alizea Enriquez, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration with a concentration in Healthcare Management. Jada Enriquez, Bachelor of Arts, Psychology. Simeon Daly, Associate of Science, Business Administration. Alexander Julian Flynn, Associate of Science, Business Administration. Taylor Lynn Foraker, Associate of Arts, General Studies. Angelica Ann Ortiz Ocasio, Associate in Arts, General Studies. Georgia Lenore Setting, Associate in Arts, General Studies. Ching Chen, Master of Science in Finance. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand once again and give the graduates another well-deserved round of applause. Thank you, and you may be seated once again.
Before we recess, I want to take a moment of privilege. This year at Goldey-Beacom, we said goodbye to two long-term employees as they retired. Jane Lyle retired in December after 38 years of service to the college. Then, as of the end of February, Emily Jackson Ilias retired after 48 years of service to the college. We thank them for their decades of service to Goldey-Beacom and to our students. Every student graduating today experienced the fine work done by Ms. Lyle and Ms. Ilias. We are also saying goodbye to Billy Scott, who has been here for more than 30 years as a security officer. BJ was employed by the college for many years and is now employed by our security service, Allied Security. Thank you, BJ, for keeping us safe for so many years. Then, yeah, decades deserves some applause, doesn't it? Then, as we launch our graduates out into the world today, we're also saying goodbye to a long-term and beloved faculty member. Dr. Pat Bueller is retiring from full-time teaching after more than 30 years today, and this marks her last commencement ceremony. She will still be a part of Goldey-Beacom, however, upon the recommendation of the faculty of the college. The executive leadership team has voted to honor Dr. Bueller with the title Professor Emeritus upon her retirement, an honor that carries with it the opportunity for her to still be involved in various ways here at the college. Thank you, Dr. Bueller, who I'm sure is watching at home, for your many years of friendship and service to the mission and people of Goldey-Beacom College. And one final thank you. Events like Commencement are the result of many long hours of planning and arranging, setup and teardown, and no small amount of pulling one's hair out. This year, all of that was especially true as we planned for an outdoor event, but we had a tent out front, and the predictions of wind forced us to make a new decision, and thus on Wednesday, all new planning, arranging, and hair pulling began. Paula Finneyfrock and Beth Kirker led the commencement planning team, and Measy Foster leads the facilities team here at Goldey-Beacom. They, along with everyone who you see standing around the perimeter here, have made this commencement happen in tireless ways, and we want to thank you for making not only the original plans, but all of the adjusted plans so that we could make today happen. So thank you very much. And before we recess, allow me to send you off with these words. May that which strengthens you sustain you. May that which lights your way ever guide you. May that which brings you happiness be always with you. And may love and peace never be a stranger to you. Congratulations, class of 2021. We're proud of you.